As many of you may already know, the state of California has gotten much stricter with exhaust laws as of recently, and automotive enthusiasts are not too happy about the change. You're now much more likely to get pulled over for a loud exhaust, and depending on the cop, you can even end up with a $1,000 fine. I'll be showing you 10 of the loudest, best sounding stock cars that might actually get you in trouble in California. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Christian. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for weekly automotive content. Now, let's begin. The first loud car is a Maserati Gran Turismo. This car is, in my opinion, one of the best sounding new cars money can buy, largely thanks to its Ferrari-derived naturally aspirated 4.7-liter V8 engine. The Gran Turismo can be classified as having two personalities. In normal mode, the car is perfectly civil, not captivating much attention. Then you put it into sports mode and all hell breaks loose. While it's not the fastest car out there, especially compared to other cars on this list, it does have a satisfying burble at low idles, and roaring revs means you'll be able to enjoy every moment while driving with the windows down. Second car is a Mercedes-Benz AMG SLS Black Series. The way this car sounds, it makes you think it needs some sort of anger management, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. The exhaust sound the SLS Black Series produces can effortlessly generate goosebumps to most car enthusiasts. Let's see, you get a 6.3 liter V8 that has an 8,000 RPM redline. It produces 622 horsepower, 469 pound-feet of torque. It carries a titanium exhaust system that weighs 28 pounds less than the standard SLS system, and has 2.8-inch pipes that channel the beautiful sound you're about to hear. The following car is not part of the list, but I thought I'll give it an honorable mention. All Ricer Civics. Anyways, the next loud car is the Ford Mustang Shelby GT350R. No matter where you're driving this car, everyone and their mother will hear you coming. And that is a beautiful thing. It really is that loud. Insane to think that the sound you hear coming from a GT350R is street legal. While the sound is inherent to the engine, the sound has been enhanced through proper engineering. Ford tuned the manifolds, exhaust system, and air induction system just like a musical instrument. 8,200 RPM redline, 5.2 liter engine, 526 horsepower, 429 pound-feet of torque, and a thunderous exhaust note. This car definitely checks off all the prerequisites to get you in trouble if not driven responsibly. You don't want to be part of a Mustang meme, do you? Fourth car is a Porsche Carrera GT. Just like the Porsche 918, this car is essentially a race car that was detuned to be a street car, which explains why it sounds so good. It's a race car engine that was fitted into a street car. In fact, the Carrera GT is widely regarded as the best sounding sports car of all time. But there is another car I will mention after this one that some might argue sounds better. It comes equipped with a mid-mounted 5.7 liter V10 engine that produces sound that is capable of destroying eardrums. Fifth loud car is the Lexus LFA. Remember when I just talked about the next car giving the Porsche Carrera GT a run for their money for the best sounding car? Well, this is the car I was referring to. Only 500 of them were built between 2010 and 2012 with a selling price of $375,000. That's right, $375,000 for a Toyota. That is nearly priced as much as a Lamborghini Aventador. By far the most memorable thing about the LFA is definitely the sweet sound that comes out of the tri-barrel exhaust. It sounds so good and smooth that you would think it's coming straight out of a video game. Gotta love that 4.8 liter Yamaha V10. The next car is a Lamborghini Aventador SV. The sound this supercar produces is a very distinctive exhaust sound, making it pretty easy to identify by only using your hearing senses. The thunderstorm-like sound that Aventador SV produces can be loud enough to alert everyone within a square mile. So imagine how California cops will react to it. I mean, what do you expect from a naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12 engine that produces 640 horsepower and 690 pound-feet of torque? And it's not unheard of to see flames shoot out of the stock exhaust system. Seventh car that can really get you into trouble in California is the Jaguar F-Type SVR. With its 5 liter supercharged V8 pushing out 575 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, top speed of 200 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 time of 3.5 seconds, this is one of Jaguar's fastest production vehicles ever made. Funny because the exhaust system found on the F-Type R was already widely talked about for being one of the loudest ones in a production car. And guess what Jaguar decides to do? They create an even louder version with the F-Type SVR. The exhaust system is made out of titanium, 35 pounds lighter than the standard units used in the lower trim F-Types. And you're able to switch the sound from loud to full-blown hearing loss madness, especially when driving through a tunnel, as you will hear in one of the following clips. Eighth car on the list is the Ferrari F12 TDF. Essentially, the basics were taken from the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta with more of a kick to it, and the sound this car produces is sure to put any car enthusiast in heaven. When it revs up to its 8,900 RPM redline, it gets so loud you think the horses are trying to escape from the engine. Its engine produces 770 horsepower from a glorious 6.3 liter V12. 0 to 60 happens in just 2.9 seconds, which is insanely fast. Some auto journalists even saying that revs climb too quickly for the tachometer to keep up. The ninth loud car is the 991 Porsche 911 GT3. Behold, the only 6-cylinder car on the list, and no better way to introduce one but with a Porsche car. In the racetrack, the sound of the GT3's exhaust system is unmistakable. I say the racetrack because it's one place you'll be able to consistently push it to its 9,000 RPM redline, and at a minimum to get its full 475 horsepower from its 3.8 liter flat 6 engine, you'd have to reach at least 8,250 RPM. And that's okay because this engine wants to rev. Tap the sports exhaust switch if you really want to cause some disruption. The 10th and final loud stock car is the E60 BMW M5. Sure, the newer M5s continue to improve performance-wise year after year, but there is one thing that it seems to progressively get worse at, and that is the sound. The exhaust sound produced by the E60 M5 might just be the most insane sound to ever come from a production BMW car. At low RPMs you get a satisfying burble, and at high revs it screams like an F1 car. I mean, it does carry a 5-liter F1 derived V10 engine, and best of all, it comes equipped with a 6-speed manual. Well guys, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on my next video. Question for you guys: which of the cars featured on this list do you think sounds the absolute best? Comment below and let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.